Welcome back to TBMStv. I'm Carter Mayo.
And I'm last year the principal at Tomby Middle School.
So, Coach Terry, what made you want to be a principal?
I don't know that I was in high school and said I'm going to be a principal one day, or I was in college and said that's what I want to do. My goal really, my whole life was just to be in a role where I could serve people. And so that started off as a teacher. I wanted to be around kids, liked sports, liked U.S. history, so that's why I jumped into it. And then it was just kind of the next step, wherever the district needed me, that's where I was willing to serve. So when principal opportunity came up, it was just the next opportunity, a new role to serve in, and I was interested.
That's awesome. What's it like having a son as a student?
That's a trick question. So there's two different sides to that. So if you were to ask Ryan, I think it'd be about 50-50 on him on what days he likes and doesn't. But I love having a kid at school. You get to experience everything with them. I'm sure a lot of parents would love to be at school and see their kids day in and day out and see them at lunch. So those things are all great for me, but also it's an immense amount of pressure on him. If you can imagine the person who's in charge of you and you have to go home with every day, sometimes he probably thinks he sees me a little bit too much.
Yeah. How long have you been serving for Tomby as a coach/principal?
So as a principal, this is my second full year, but in Tomby, I've been here for 18 years. And when I came to Tomby, I was in my 20s. I was young, okay? And I started off coaching football and softball and teaching world geography. And that was 18 years ago, and so I'm still here. I think when I got here, I didn't picture myself being here in 18 years, but it's a great place, and so there was never a reason to go anywhere else.
What's your philosophy of teaching and being a principal?
Well, I think it's kind of comes down to one thing, and it's kind of the whole philosophy of the whole district, and that's that we're going to do what's best for kids, no matter what. So sometimes what's best for us is discipline, and we have to give those things out, and that's not comfortable. But it's what's best for us to learn those things, and other times it's playing games and setting up parties and doing that. So it all comes down to is we're going to do what's best for the kids whenever we face any problem. Is what's best for kids, and so that's what we'll come to all the time. That's the philosophy, should be the philosophy of every teacher in this school.
So you said you were a coach. Do you miss coaching?
Well, I haven't had time to miss it. So Miss Curtis is out, so I've been helping a little bit on game days with the high school now. And since January, I have started coaching a travel softball team for my daughter. So I'm the head softball coach for 3D softball in Sherman. So I haven't really had time to miss it. Now, really, from the minute that I got away from it, I was right back in it. Yeah. So there are aspects of it I miss. I miss the high school kids, can hang out with them and see them some. But I'm still there. Like today, when I leave here, I'll be going to Ector to help them help coach a softball game. So don't miss it yet.
Yeah. Tomby is such a special place. Why do you think that is?
It's the people. I mean, it reminds me of my hometown before it kind of grew a little bit. There's kind of philosophy of we can do what you do, but you can't do what I do. In a small town, like we can do what big schools do. We can do all the things they do. They don't have the ability sometimes in a small school to develop the relationships that we do. So I know every kid's name in the school. If I worked at a larger school, I wouldn't know every kid's name, and you guys wouldn't know every teacher in the school. So that's what makes it great, is the small town, and the people really, our community pours into our school. So a lot of good things, but I would say the relationships are what I remember the most from Tomby.
All right, that's all I have. Thank you.
Thanks, Carter.
Yes, sir. All right, welcome back to TBMStv. I'm Carter Mayo.
And I'm Ryan Cherry.
All right, Ryan Terry. So, what's it like having your dad as the principal?
To be honest with you, it kind of
Stinks.
I'm held to higher standards, and it's just like I can never get away with anything.
So you just straight up just don't like it?
Yep, just don't. I mean, there's some good things about it.
What are some good things?
Well, like everybody and all the teachers really like me and all that.